So you got to wave 4, horde 4. The one I would say stage I would say is probably the hardest of wave 4, since this is a true DPS check. However, there are still some tactics that can be used in order to make this easier, and to help with the solo part that is on this right side. First, let's see what my units look like. So I have a very strong Gwangju, so I'm going to use her as my DPS, but as a nerf and a disadvantage, I'm gonna bring Cheetah, a level 30 Cheetah, in order to not have a second DPS. Followed by that, the core still stays the same. A Lotta, who I've also nerfed to only have 850 attack, a Suomi, and a Vepley, who also has around only 850 attack, by taking off her weapon and giving her a level 1 purple weapon. This is hopefully to more generalize and normalize the units that are part of the trio of impactful AoE. Though in this case, Vepley will not be using her AoE that much, as she's going to be on solo duty. You'll see. So to start, this is the position that you want to have your Vepley in. And you're just going, and you want to have your Lotta and Suomi right over in the middle. This will allow them to have the perfect movement they need in order to go on the right side to attack. Your DPSs, assuming you have 2 DPSs, should start focusing down the croc deer over here. And something you should notice is that this croc deer, we ideally want it to not go to the right side. In order to do that, we have to be outside of its attack range. It has an attack of 8 tiles, and its furthest it can move is from 8 tiles here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which a lot is, which no one will be standing there, as well as this tile right here. So long as you avoid these tiles, it will not attack. It will instead go to the left side, which will help group them together and make it easier to kill. So for that reason, I'm going to stand here in order to avoid all attacks. And I'm going to buff Gwangju instead of attacking the croc deer turn 1. Cheetah is going to stand here and do her ult after I use Sumiyo. We don't want to stand here or activate the button early. There's no point in doing that. If we stand here, we get attacked by the toad early. We want to stand 1 tile over on the right, on the bottom. And use Suomi's ult to gain a shield and to apply ice weakness on the toads. Following that, we'll throw an attack by Lotta right onto them. This is going to be our main method of dealing with these frogs, using Lotta to deal with 3 of them. The last one will be dealt with later, much later. With this movement, we can move Vepley up through the activation elevator thing and attack this thing for some damage. This is reasonable damage for an 850 attack Vepley. Following that, I forgot to ult with Cheetah first. Oh well, I'll just do it like this. It's still fine. They'll attack Suomi, which is fine. That deer will attack Cheetah because Cheetah was the closest unit to it that it could use its skill on. Now this is where we finish them off. We finish off 1 toad. We go for the second one? No, we don't need to do that. We finish off the second toad right here. And Vepley should be able to handle this. If not, you might need a bit more attack. But she wants to stand on this exact position, because this would be exactly... Is that exactly? We want to stand in this position. Because this will be exactly 8 tiles away from the button, which is perfectly fine. Following that, we want Lotta to attack in this position in order to start hurting the other toad up there as well. And it makes it does damage to the croc. I didn't activate the button. So far, I hope it's quite noticeable how this is very Lotta cord right now. Next turn, Lotta will finish this toad off while damaging this toad. This turn as well, this croc deer will go to this spot, which will leave it in a very nice situation where we can attack it without it having cover, because we will be attacking from the right side. That will be ideal. For now, I can break this with these assist attacks. So I can just kill it off this turn. Very convenient. And with the 2 extra slots here, this is where you would use your DPS to kill it, but I already killed it since my Gongju is quite strong. So I'm just going to use this. And we wait our turn. It goes there as expected. It attacks not the target I thought it would attack, to be fair. Anyways, now we activate this button. Lever, whatever it's called. And we have Vepley help damage this. Finally, we start assault. We have Lotta attack them like this. This will help kill these toads off. This is why I have her at a 850 attack breakpoint. This allows me to use my Gongju to do some AoE damage, and can follow that by finishing this one off, because it has no cover. Lastly, there's not much we can do about this one, so we're just gonna stand here and attack it. It has cover. They'll apply movement down to Suomi, which is fine. We want to move everybody forward now, but we don't want to trigger these enemies yet. We'll be triggering them on the 5th turn. For now, just continue to set up the more Gongju's ult charges. This should just finish it off. Nice and easy. We can activate this lever and move to safety in this spot. I should have used... I have the free turns. Okay. Don't mess up like me and do use your attack buff as you get it. Move forward with Cheetah as well. And with the current movement here, you should be ideally capable of now moving with Vepley to collect the recycle. If you need another turn to kill it, if for whatever reason it didn't die, just take the extra turn. For that reason, I'm going to assume you need the extra turn, and I'm not gonna do anything with it right now. This is the leeway into turn 5, which is the major turning point. You want to collect the recycle with Vepley and stand on this exact spot, max range bomb the elite. This will do 2 things. It will cause the elite to move only 1 space down next to the ledge rather than taking cover. This will enable us to shove the elite downwards to help have our DPS on the bottom side help deal with it. Because if he's stuck on the top side, it'll be impossible to just kill him with only Vepley. And it'll take a longer time to get all units all the way over there to attack him while he's taking cover and stuff. Now is for an important this turn. We want every unit on the left side, these tiles on the left, if possible. So, I'm gonna move everybody over here. And this is where the big turn happens. First off, you want to use Xiaomi's ult in this position. This creates ice tiles in a straight line from where that Thorn is all the way down here to where Xiaomi is. The enemies, because we're gonna be on the left side, will walk towards the left onto the ice and all in a very straight line, which is to our benefit to do damage, in my case, for Kwangju, but also just to group them better for Lotta. Lotta then can freely AoE from here. Get back her effectiveness index and buff up the team with Cheetah. Remember, whenever I have Cheetah, this should be your second DPS for better chances of DPSing down the bosses. And all these units will come right into a nice, neat line. I have 4 enemies in a line. That is very nice. Now from here, you want to use him to push down this guy so that he's no longer on the top side. This is why we brought Vepley on to the top side, because of her 8 movement and her capability of pushing down the enemies. And you want to push it from this exact spot. By pushing it from here, it will cause this guy to move down left. If you pushed it one more block to the right, it would move to top right, which would be bad. Now we handle this side of things. And the best way I can say to deal with this is to just throw more Lotta AoE at it. We have a lot of AoE to be throwing over the course of the next few turns. She's gonna take a barrel to the face though, which is fine. Kwangju can stand here. Do I have her stand there or one forward? And I'll just have her stand there. I think it'll be fine. Suomi, I'll have her ult up in the next turn anyways. This does major damage to all of them. And now we finish off the front 2 with Suomi and Cheetah. I'm gonna have Suomi tank this since she's a more bulky character. Those are 2 thorns taken care of. The lead goes there as expected. Suomi takes a hit. And normally, it probably wouldn't have died. But I have quite a lot of damage thanks to Gwangju. So, either way, what you're going to continue to do is just to AoE them. More. You can either AoE the little bat thing if you need the damage to finish it off. Or in my case, I can start AoEing this elite as well. So that's what I'm going to do. But first off, I'm going to bring Vepley over here. Why am I bringing Vepley over here? For the damage increase. She's also going to be the one that collects the other recycle point. This is a DPS race, so all the damage increase, the better. And just want to push your units forward, honestly. There's no point in staying behind. Especially with Suomi, you should be able to have the durability to take a few hits. This will also break however you say this name, which will take away their command, so they no longer have their 30% damage reduction. And from here, it's no longer necessary to use the buff. So I'm just gonna finish it off with auto attacks. We don't need AoE anymore. This allows with Gwangju in front of the barrier, because this still applies a 30% damage reduction if we attack from here, which is not ideal. So we're gonna attack from here. And lastly, we attack with Cheetah for more assisted supports. They do not like Cheetah. Anyways, we should be capable now of finishing them off. Now, your units probably do not do as much damage as my units do. That's to be expected, honestly. I have a quite strong Gwangju. However, I hope that by being able to position for better damage opportunities with Lotta, that you could meet certain DPS requirements easier. Movement does a lot in this game. Next, I want to attack this person because I don't want the cover to get in the way again. I'm gonna stand here in order to get the most damage I can. And I'm gonna have Cheetah just, maybe Cheetah's not the best idea. She's probably gonna die. Cheetah attack from here. There we go. This dies. We're gonna attack the frog from here. And finish the frog. Giving us a clean 9-turn clear. We still have a leeway then of 4 turns with this run. If your DPS is worse than mine, so long as your Lotta, Suomi, and Vepley are up to par, your other 2 character choices for DPS should be able to eventually take the win with a leeway of 4 turns. I hope this was enough to help you be able to clear for Stage 4. You see, the damage charts, Lotta didn't, while not doing the most damage, was the most impactful for clearing out the trash mobs. And our main DPS, which this is the reason why I nerfed her by not bringing a useful second DPS in the form of Cheetah. And I hope this makes it clear.